Good afternoon. It's March 17th, or should I say it's St. Patrick's Day. Faith in Begorra. I am not, however, wearing green because I really don't own anything green much, except for my Saskatchewan Rough Rider jersey, and I'm not wearing it today, so I'm sorry about that, but there you go. You can't see me anyway, so what does it matter? It's another warm day. It's +3, lots more melting, and I'm going to just sort of take a wander over to the west here in my neighborhood of Cathedral. Tentatively thinking I'll go up to the west end of Victoria Avenue and come back, but we'll see. We'll just start by going along here. I'm just wearing my sweater and a windbreaker today, and gloves, because I like having my hands warm, but I got some sort of note there. I don't know. Oh, I know what it was. My fault. I forgot to disconnect the Wi-Fi, so there was probably a bit of a glitch there right off the top. So I'll start again. It's March 17th, St. Patrick's Day, and I am not wearing green because I don't have any except for my Saskatchewan Rough Rider jersey. But I will be enjoying the warm weather here as I walk mostly towards the west to start with, but keeping an eye out for ice. Looks like it's going to be mostly melty, but any place where there's a bit of shade, you can discover unexpected patches of ice this time of year. And it's those unexpected passages, like right there in the shade of that truck, it's very slippery. At least it's sunny. So the Kickstarter continues apace. It's topped. It's just under $8,100 now of the $12,000 total I'm aiming for. And we're at the 1/3 of the way through the 30-day campaign. There's 20 days left. And we've topped 2/3 funding, so I think that's pretty good. Still lots of great backers rewards. So check it out at tinyurl.com/shapersofworlds3, numeral 3. This is the Kickstarter to fund the third anthology featuring science fiction and fantasy by authors who have been guests on my podcast, The World Shapers, theworldshapers.com. I've successfully kickstarted 2 before this one, so I have great faith that this one will succeed as well. And that there'll be Shapers of Worlds Volume 4 next year. Oh, here comes my first dog. Hello. Hello. There's always a dog. You never take a walk without seeing a dog. What was I saying? Kickstarter, yes. I'm thinking a little later this year, a couple of months, 2-3 months, I'm going to try to kickstart a novel of my own. Probably to continue the Masks of Agrima series that I wrote as under my pseudonym E.C. Blake. There's 3 of those, Masks, Shadows, and Faces. But it was always intended, well, it's complete, the trilogy is complete, but and ends satisfactorily, but there's also obvious possibility to continue it. And since Daw decided, I'm going to walk on this side, since Daw decided not to continue it, I would like to continue it. Funny thing is, of course, it's been so long since I wrote it, I'd have to reread it to remember the characters and everything else. But I do have the 4th book and what happens after that more or less figured out. So I would be able to get back up to speed pretty quick. If there's any demand for it, and a Kickstarter will tell me that. If I can't successfully kickstart it even for a low amount, then probably I will not write it. Hello, whoever that is. I can't even read that. Caney? Don't know how you pronounce that. There's no U after the Q. At any rate, hello. I'm sort of zigzagging is what I'm doing. A favorite of mine for giving you sort of a random path. So you never know what you'll see. The snow is noticeably reduced even from less than a week ago. It's still hard to remember with the sun so warm behind me that it was minus 27 on Friday when I walked around the lake. Tomorrow it'll be probably below freezing, but still. Sidewalk is pretty thoroughly blocked there. Get past this patch of slush and it's clear again. Then you have to start looking out for puddles. It's also editing. My company, Shadowpaw Press, is publishing 2 new books this fall, and republishing some before that. So I've edited one of them, and now I'm editing the other one, The Emir's Falcon by award-winning author Matthew Hughes, although he's going by Matt Hughes for this because it's a young adult Canadian adventure story set in the Swan Hills of Alberta. You know, it's almost impossible to avoid water. These boots, as long as I don't go too deep, have a certain amount of waterproofing up, an inch or so, after which you're kind of out of luck. This sidewalk looks better. Usually the sunny side of the street is better than the shady side. It's already melted off. On the sunny side of the street. A lot of garages have art, not a lot, but some garages have art on them, like that one, and one over there as well. Some older row of apartments there. Well, probably condos these days, whatever they were originally. Row houses, I guess. We'll go this way because there's a big puddle. Although there's also a puddle this way. Maybe it's not too bad. Whew. Now I think I'll change sides and hope for the best. I can't even get to the sidewalk over here. Until I find a path. Here we go. More water. Ooh, that was a little deeper than I would have liked. and here to slow down so I don't splash myself. Guess we'll try the sunny side over here. Hope for the best. When I walk around tomorrow morning, it'll be below freezing, so I'll really have to... Oh, that was much deeper than I thought. I really have to watch out for ice going around the lake tomorrow. Hi, Charles. St. Gertrude's Day. Same to you. Oh, good grief. That's much deeper than it looked because it was in shadow. I couldn't see it. You're actually better off walking on the street, except then, of course, you have to watch out for cars. There was actually quite deep water right there. But still not over the... Well, not too much over the waterproof part of my boots. My feet aren't wet anyway, that's the main thing. Let's see what the other side looks like. Oops, come on, come back around. There you go. We're working our way over to Elphinstone. Here's the fence I walk by quite often with children's art on it. So well, walk on this side. There it is. I'm not sure where the artwork comes from. If there's a daycare around here, perhaps. But there's always children's art on that fence. This is Elphinstone coming up. Yeah, maybe there's a daycare back there. I actually think I hear children's voices sigh. Well, not too bad over here. Couldn't see it behind the snow, but it's actually quite clear. There's a crosswalk up here we can use. Across Elphinstone. I was a former lieutenant governor, or governor general. Governor general, not lieutenant governor. It's pretty clear on this part of the sidewalk. We'll just take this. I'm not going to go over to 13th just yet. That's Canaan School there. Used to be an old school there, but that's a new school that replaced it. New building. I like this sidewalk. Looks like I'll be puddle free for a little ways anyway. Why is that? The gimbal is not reacting very swiftly for some reason. When I turn it, it tends to stay where it is, which is not what it's supposed to do. And school zone, I can pick up speed. We have 30 kilometer an hour school zones now, which is a bit of a pain. I mean, you can't really complain, but it's still annoying. Huh. Unstable internet connection. Why would that be? Hopefully you didn't lose me. We're gradually getting more 5G, and the phone will pick up a 5G signal if there's one around. But it's not everywhere. Hello in Portugal. Cortez, hello. And Rocky Beach, hi. Nice to see water running. After 5 solid months of snow and ice, we're ready for it to go away. At least 5. However, a lot of these storm sewers are blocked, which is when you get these enormous puddles. And if your car goes by at the wrong moment, and they're not kind, that was deeper than it looked. Looks like I can get around it pretty easily here. And hello, Kirk in Vancouver. It's always nice to see brightly colored things. Although on a day like today, it doesn't seem as colorless as it does on a gray day, when it seems to just be white and brown. Oh, who else is there? Temperature is +3 Celsius. Last time I checked. Might be +4 by now. Oh, this one's even worse blocked. Yeah, I don't even think I can get around that one. I'll have to go this way. See, the water there is running into the storm sewer on this side because the storm sewer over there is blocked. Supposed to stay like this now. There's no freeze in the forecast except overnight, so another 2-3 weeks I will probably be walking without snow, except perhaps in shaded areas. It can take a long time for the big drifts in shaded areas to go away. Like our backyard takes a long time to unthaw, or thaw, not unthaw. You get the water running down the out of the alleys like that. Very, very springy. Springtime is full. Even when it's not very deep, I have to be careful because if I hit it too fast, I splash myself. Greta McLunda. Oh, why is that in my head? Fable. Like somebody's trying to unplug their storm drain up there in the corner, so maybe I'll cross over and give them space. Technically there's a bicycle lane over here I could be walking in. Now why would I do that when the road is perfectly clear? So I don't think I will. Now they're trying to open up the storm sewer there. The one on our corner seems to be clear, which is good. Because the house on our corner is actually empty at the moment. Empty and or rented. So I don't think it'll get any clearing action. And I would prefer not to have to do it. I never have. Oh. More splashy, slishy. Splish splash, I was taking a bath. Okay, this is Pascal Street. I'm going to take this up to the end of Victoria and then walk down Victoria for a ways. Let's see what the timing is when I get there. It depends on how much zigzagging I do or if I just walk back. Oh, look at this nice sidewalk. With that water running. How long have I been so far? 22 minutes? Yeah, well, it might just be a straight walk back, then I won't zigzag through the streets up here, which I had thought I might do, but given the timing, I'll just walk down to Victoria and then maybe down 13th. Always interesting on 13th. Shops and things in the Cathedral. .7-Eleven on the corner here. This is a four-way stop, so it's not too fraught a place to cross. 13th is fairly busy down here. .7-Eleven. Somebody asked me a long time ago, they were surprised to see a 7-Eleven. They didn't have them anymore wherever they were, but we still have them. That's 13th to my right. And the Louvain is to my left. But I'm going to walk up here to Victoria, but I'm going to go down the other side. At least to start with. I'm warm enough from walking. I'm actually glad to step into the shade. There's a colorful house. No, actually, there may not be a sidewalk on the other side. I can't remember how that plays out. There should be, I think. It also looks like I've got a puddle coming up. So, I'll take my opportunity here. Look better up here, maybe. This puddle I was worried about, there's one blocking the sidewalk, but there's pretty much one here too, so perhaps that was a futile effort. So we'll mostly avoid it. The sidewalk does continue. That's actually where I'd prefer to be, so yeah, try crossing again. Probably pretty good. Okay. I walked down that alley once or twice. Over here is the Louvain. And that's Saskatchewan Drive there. It's quite busy, that one. And then you see the Mosaic Stadium. This is the white bump there. Most of the seating, or at least first 25 rows or something, are below grade, so it holds more people than it looks like. Doesn't stick up as much as it would if it were all above ground level. Holds about 33,000, I think, or is it 38,000? Split the difference, call it 35,000. And that's where Grey Cup will be this year. I haven't been to a football game in a very long time. But we do have tickets. Season tickets. We've had season tickets in the family since the 60s. At least. Like my wife's grandfather. I think he played with or tried out for the Rough Riders way back when they were a rugby team, about 1910. I see some sort of note there. What does it say? Yeah, I wouldn't want to do this in just my runners today or for the next couple of weeks. But as I said, these are my winter boots, and they have rubber up quite far. So as long as I don't step into something really deep so that it gets into the laces, it's generally pretty good. I've got an inch or two of leeway before it starts to get into my shoe. This is taking us by momentarily the Lawn Bowling Club. Been here a long time. I'm just enjoying walking on this open pavement. This is what all my walks will be like soon. But they were all last summer. Except when I wandered off into the weeds, which happened a couple of times. So this is the Lawn Bowling Club to our left. Mixture of old and new houses here. And of course, big pile of snow still on the boulevard. Scraped up by the snow plows. Pretty good one over here. You know, I didn't check to see if I was in focus today. Yesterday's was not entirely in focus, and I forgot to check today, so I hope it has been. I just touched the screen to make sure that it is for the rest of the way if it hasn't been. Nobody said it's fuzzy, so hopefully it's been okay. It's also possible the lenses are smeared, and I didn't think to clean them either, so. And I told myself yesterday, I gotta make sure I do that tomorrow. Oh no, too late now. If you're watching, just let me know if anything looks fuzzy, and I suppose I could try to clean the lens, but it might just make it worse. Here we go. The Leslie Bowling Greens, home of the Regina Lawn Bowling Club, which has hosted like national competition even. And there's Mosaic Stadium over there. Coming up next will be a playground, if I remember right. I did remember right. Playground with Mosaic Stadium in the background. Maybe I'll cross here just to be different instead of going all the way to Elphinstone. This is Leslie Park. Skating rink over there too, although I'm sure the ice is no longer good. This side looks better than that side, at least to start with. Some cars there that haven't moved any time recently. Smell wood smoke from somebody's fireplace. And here we are at 13th. So get into a school zone here because we're coming up on now on the north side of Canaan School that I walked along the south side of going out. White chair. School. As you can see, quite a modern school. The one that was built there originally was built in 1914, I think. And it just had deteriorated to the point that they couldn't save it, they didn't think, so they built a new one instead. And of course, people who went to the old school were quite upset about that, but if you're, as I say, if you're a kid, you're happy to have a brand new school instead of going to that old thing. We feel the same way about Davin School, which is close to our house. But it was renovated quite heavily and seems to be in good shape for now. École Canot Community School. Over on that corner is Canaan Library. I'm going to stay on this side because I think it'll be better cleared because of the sun. But I'll have to wait to cross the street. That's Happy High over there, coffee shop that my daughter's particularly fond of. You can see the cathedral spires down there. There's our turn. Happy High right here. The building that has the Flux thing on the side of it used to be a CrossFit gym, but now it's Slate Fine Art Gallery. You can see a list of upcoming shows. I haven't been in there for a while. We used to go to the old one quite a bit, but again, a lot of this stuff has not been, open in the usual fashion. But there's Slate. This used to be one of our favorite restaurants, but now it's a Chinese chicken takeout place. Maybe very good Chinese chicken, but we like the old place. Creek and Cathedral Bistro it was called, but it's gone. Cross over at the next crosswalk coming up, I think. Not a very well cleared sidewalk here. That used to be a nunnery. Now it's condos. Ooh. And then we start to get into more businesses on the left here. A little further up. That's a colorful house. I think it's still a house. It doesn't have a sign, so. Nice view of the cathedral in the sunshine. Here we got Groovy Mama. I have a children's mother's store, I guess you'd say. This is an apartment building. I once went on a date with a girl who used to live here, but that was 30 years ago. She wouldn't be a girl anymore. Well, she wasn't a girl then, but she was a young woman. Wonder where she is now. There's the cathedral. Good shot of it, because it's about as close as you can get before it starts to fill up. Oh, maybe I won't cross here. Maybe I'll carry on down this side a little further to the next crosswalk. That's 13th Avenue Coffee Shop. Nice one. Not one I like to ride in, though. And these houses are nice, but they're all businesses now. Bumble and Bumble, Satori Hair Studio. Hey, all the hair studios. No, the Cat and Fiddle Antiques and Gift Shop. Lush Beauty Bar. There's lots of murals and things on the sides of buildings down here. Bodhi Tree Yoga, and then this is the Penny University, a fine local bookstore that has many of my books in it. I recommend it. Kebab. Yeah, you can find kebab in Regina. I can't personally recommend a place, but I know they exist. We do have some good Indian restaurants. Greek. There's an Ethiopian one I know of. Mexican one that I've heard of but haven't been to yet. Although somebody who joined me on one of my walks was planning to come to Regina and work at that Mexican restaurant, so they were curious. Brandy's Corner Store has a post office in it. I do a lot of post office-y stuff there. 33 1/3 coffee roastery. Gales Forest. I'll cross here, the next corner, because there's a crosswalk light, I mean. Mercury Cafe is like a diner, burgers, fries, that kind of food. And it has a rocket ship on top of it, which, as a science fiction writer, rather appeals to me. We will cross here. Various things over there, including O'Hanlon's Pub. No, Shannon's Pub. O'Hanlon's is somewhere else. And I always want to call it the Galloping Gourmet, but it's the Takeaway Gourmet. Cheese shop and other things like that. There's a chocolatier over there. There's a bakery. Orange is a Japanese Korean restaurant. And then Butcher Boy Meats, which is where we buy our meat. And then Safeway over here is our grocery store that we do all our shopping at. Because we're back in my neighborhood. So when we go shopping, it's like 3 blocks up the street, and here we are, which is nice. For things like groceries. Some things take you further afield than that. Although we do have a liquor store now in this neighborhood. How deep is this? Not too bad if I don't splash. There we go. Our piano used to live in this apartment. I've told that story many times, but our piano belonged to Alicia Burkett, Madame Burkett, who was an early voice teacher in Regina. And she lived on the top floor of this apartment because she couldn't stand to have anybody living above her. So our piano, which is a baby grand, has made it up and down those stairs and into our house. Sat in the living room in a box for the entire time we were doing renovations, and desperately needs tuning now. I know that. I feel bad every time I think about it. I haven't played it in so long either, but I'll get it tuned sometime soon and play it again. I do enjoy playing, but you don't really forget, but you do get rusty. And I suspect I'm quite rusty at the moment. I started learning to play the guitar. I've started several times. I kind of stalled again because of all the work I've been doing. I do want to get back to that. I do have a guitar. It's not a great guitar, but it's playable. At least I keep singing. Singing, your voice you don't get rusty on your voice. Usually, keep singing at all. And there has been some singing. Now we're on Retallick, which takes me straight down to our house. Well, not quite our house, but our corner. And that will be the conclusion of the walk when I get there. Oh, that looks quite deep. Darn it. I'll try the other side. It looked not too bad when I was looking down it a minute ago. Immediately, there's a puddle. Try to read that. Puddles can fool you. I haven't quite done that, but it certainly, when I was a kid, growing up outside of town, there were ditches, and they would be frozen over, and you'd forget how deep they were. And so you'd go through the ice and suddenly find yourself up to your waist in freezing cold water. And I have recounted the story of once working in flood control in high school down in downtown Weyburn along the river. I was on a dike made out of sandbags, and I thought, I don't know why I thought it, if the water was shallow, and I stepped off and immediately went up to my waist. I'm just lucky there wasn't anything sharp or pointy hidden under the water. Kids, stupid, as a rule. There's some bare concrete. These are a few of my favorite things. Four-way stop. That guy just ran the stop sign, but he kind of slowed down a bit. If the city really wanted to hand out tickets, they just have to post themselves at one of these four-way stops and ticket everybody that doesn't come to a complete stop. I'm sure they get me too. But in the winter, on the ice, you get accustomed to practically a stop, but you don't want to stop completely because it can be hard to get going again. Pretty good on this side. Going on down, it looks like. I'll check in on the Kickstarter when I get back and see if we've picked up any more. It went up, let's see, it was 7606 when I got up this morning. It's now $8,096, so $190 today so far. Yeah, that's me. Oh, great. I'm glad somebody does. Keeps me exercising. A fan, or at least someone who's seen my videos. It's not necessarily the same thing. And here's, it will always be Davin School to me. They call it the Crescents now, but it still says Davin School over the door. That stone will be there longer than this plastic sign. So that's where my daughter went to school from kindergarten through grade 8. And then she went to high school for 4 years, and now she's in her 3rd year of university. So it's a banal observation, but boy, time flies.
What are you guys doing to Pardon me? I'm scaring everybody.
So we just come up to the intersection up here, and that'll be my stopping point. Pile of dirty snow. Bicycle and shirt sleeves. That's how warm it is. For Saskatchewan types, anyway. Although his arms look rather red. Bit of wind chill, even at this temperature, if you're riding a bicycle. It's a battle between the heat you're generating and the heat you're losing. Slippery. Interesting. They went into the house, but the car's running, so. See, we knew the people that lived there for decades. They were friends of my mother-in-law, her family, Bob Horry. But, you know, they're quite old, and they both left the house and sold it. We don't know who owns it. There was a rental family in there for a while. And then they moved out not that long ago, so we're just waiting to see what happens. My fear is the house gets torn down sometime, which would be a shame. All right, we will stop here. Thank you for walking with me. Tomorrow around the lake. Bye for now.